Guys, this week, let me do my intro. Hello, guys. Today I'm gonna be watching animators, and day one, I'm gonna be watching JaidenAnimations, and tomorrow I'm gonna be watching Animations, if I can. I don't know. I might be going to my dad's. Okay, let me shut up.
People enjoyed hearing about Tostada. Like, there were a lot. So
We love Tostada.
Because she's somehow gotten even more preacherous since the last video.
Huh.
Tostada, we can say she's gotten very needy.
Needy.
Very comfortable with using her voice. There's been plenty of times where I'll be working in silence until she waltzes into the room and disturbs the peace by meowing and yelling to beg for attention. I always give in whether I have the time or not, but it's unintentionally taught her that if she just gets louder and louder, eventually she can get her scratches. By being kind, I've created a very pathetic and loud cat. Sometimes Tostada will walk into the other room, get confused that no one is around, and start echolocating for help until I shout for her, to which she prances happily into the room as if she wasn't just distraught. I don't know if she does this because she actually is lost, or she just wants to hear me call for her, but it happens multiple times a night. Once Tostada was downstairs and howling for me to call her, so I walked out to the area above the stairs where she could see me, but something must have not connected right in her little brain, because instead of going up the stairs that she goes up and down every day, I watched her blank little eyes glaze over, trying to compute what to do.
I love cats.
Tostada wants to go up to mom. Go up. Don't understand. Tostada wants to go to mom. She forgot going up the stairs takes her upstairs. If she really needs my attention and howling nonstop hasn't worked, Tostada started pawing at me. She's not all that coordinated, so I'll be doing something and suddenly feel the shakiest little paw on my arm. One morning I woke up to a shaky paw on my face. So guess how I wake up every single day now. But since her balance is so god awful, she's fallen off way too many times for me to believe she's got any sense of cause and effect. Normally she'll notice.
Why isn't my fan on? Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys.
Herself
Hang
in whatever
on, hang on.
way she can.
Guys.
But the most recent time
Is it on? Okay, yeah, it's on. It's on. It's on. Good, 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 good. Now I won't be shivering. Now I won't be hot shivering my. Okay, whatever.
did not wake up at all and bounced off the floor like a bowling ball. Poor thing opened her eyes and all she could muster was a confused little. At some point, I realized she absolutely loves getting little pet kisses, so she comes over and begs for them multiple times a day. This is very cute, and I love giving them to her. But there was a time I was too busy to stop what I was doing, so after meowing and shaky pawing, she discovered a new way to ask for attention, standing directly in front of my face and headbutting me in the mouth. Consistently innovates new ways to get me to pay attention to her, but
That's crazy.
when Tostada isn't sitting on my neck with her heavy ass paws or falling off my feet.
Wait, did she say?
At her follow-up
Did
spot,
did
which is curled up on
did she just say?
bird sitting behind
Okay.
two other plushes up against the window. So I think it was the perfect setup for her to feel safe and secluded
Tweet, tweet.
while also being able to look out the window to chirp at the birds and squirrels outside, which is really cute. I didn't realize how
Chirp, chirp.
Eventually, I think she just started associating fur as a bed because she started sitting on another furry plush I own. Tostada loves fur a lot. It's her favorite and it's adorable. So one of her favorite things to do is sniff. I know it's a dog and cat thing, but Tostada
Sniff.
outsniffs the other cats combined by an insane margin. And
that? Oh, that is Mika. Good job, Jaiden. I'm subscribing to you.
I'll say it while stretching out something new, and she happily glances over to take giant whiffs for a little. Tostada particularly enjoys sniffing freshly sipped water bottles. I'll take a swig, and somehow she spawns next to me with her peepers, knowing I know what she wants. I swear I don't have bad breath in that direction. My breath is fine and minty and fresh. It's the cat that's abnormal. There's only one scent she despises, and that's orange juice. Apparently, cats have a natural aversion to citrus in general, but it feels like it hits Tostada harder than average because she makes the most upset, betrayed face before running out of the room. Despite knowing the scent of orange juice and knowing she doesn't like it, she still comes over and begs to take a whiff every time orange juice is in the cup because she's completely blinded by her love of sniffing water. The result is always the same.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Jaiden.
Fair to our own mind. Peaceful day, Jacob and I witnessed Tostada encountering something even more potent and evil than orange juice. We were cleaning up the kitchen.
Is that alcohol?
Some friends the night before. Tostada jumped onto the counter and spotted something she's never seen before.
Oh, that's alcohol.
A bottle of alcoholic margaritas.
Mmm.
Even warned her. She hopped on over, took a sniff of the opening, and I crossed my heart. I'm not exaggerating. Did a backflip in my mouth. Part of me felt like I failed as a cat parent to protect this innocent thing from the horrors of what true stench could look like, and the other part of me was just laughing on the floor. It was so funny. You guys already know Tostada's super paranoid with voices. There's not a single sound she doesn't think means instant threat. But I should mention there's an asterisk because for some reason any noise I make is completely fine. Jacob scoots the chair a bit, deer in headlights. I open mouth sneeze in her face. Must have been the wind. A plush falls off the shelf and lands softly on the carpet, running for her life. I suddenly burst out into a coughing fit. Doesn't even care. Doesn't care. Those examples might actually technically be related to the way Tostada loves when I get sick. Even though I'm coughing and hacking and sniffling at full volume, the only thing she cares about is that I'm in bed all day, which means she gets to cuddle way more than normal. I really enjoy it. She keeps me company while I sit there rotting and watching movies all week. The only complaint I get from her is if I cough a little too long, she gives me a side eye like I'm ruining our awesome little relaxation day together. But yeah, besides that, this cat is scared of everything else that does not pertain to me. When I got the Tostada plush in the mail, she actually hated it and wouldn't go anywhere near the thing. Her tail got real big and fluffy, and her eyes somehow got even rounder as she froze in fear for her survival against herself. Apparently, she wasn't the only one. A bunch of my friends also
It doesn't look like her, though.
hated the Tostada plush. My overall findings estimated around a 50-50 split on whether a cat loved the Tostada merch plush or try to gouge out its jugular. I unironically think the giant cartoon eyes perfectly trigger their built-in instincts to say this stuffed animal is a giant predator. So all I'm saying is if you got the Tostada plush, that's now an evergreen product on my merch site, just to see if your pet is a Tostada lover or hater, you'd be contributing to the community field research. It was a bit too hot out last summer, so I turned on my ceiling fan for the first time. Tragically, since Tostada's never seen it move before, she was petrified and refused to come into my bedroom anymore.
You're always supposed to have your thing on. No, that's your fault. That's your fault, though. You're always supposed to have that on.
The fear of the in-motion fan overpowered
I might be wrong.
bedtime, and it was a
Maybe don't take from me.
for the household. Eventually,
Do take from me. Don't take from me. I don't fucking.
she still needs to look directly at it for a bit every once in a while to make sure it isn't going to fall down and slices into cubes. How ironic it is that my birds, who can be killed by a ceiling fan, have no fear of them at all. But my cat, who cannot be killed by the ceiling fan, needed exposure therapy. I think the objectively wackiest thing Tostada is actively terrified of is Fraser after he gets a haircut. Once a year, we take
Who's Fraser?
his fur shaved down because it gets way too long for him to take care of, and he quite literally will try to slit our wrists if we try to brush him. It's been the best system that works for all of us, excluding Tostada, because she suddenly doesn't recognize him anymore in the slightest and is horrified at the scary new intruder in her home. From her point of view, she witnesses her best friend get hauled out the door and go missing for an hour until some strange ugly freak comes in to replace him, and no one seems to care. The first time this happened, Tostada was so distraught that she actually hissed at him, and up until that point she hasn't hissed at anything, so I knew she was going through levels of distress she's never experienced in her tiny sheltered life. We would try to mediate and help her realize the scary flat cat was actually your buddy Fraser all along. Tostada, you love Fraser. He's been around all your life. You cuddle on the couch together all the time. Just take a sniff. I assume it's probably the shampoo that the groomer uses that washes away Fraser's familiar scent, and then of course he looks different. So nothing about Fraser is recognizable to Tostada at all anymore. We quite literally have to wait out an entire week for him to grow his fur back out a little and have his natural smell return. Of course, Fraser is very vain, so he takes a hit to his ego every time Tostada freaks out and runs away from him. We watched so many times as he tries to show her that he's the same old Fraser. He'll sit in the doorways of rooms she's in, slowly try to approach and get close to her, but every time is the same story. It's not a great week for anyone. Despite Tostada's fears and general anxiety, there is a ray of hope amongst it all. I have no idea how or why, but Tostada gets brave at night. We could have friends over all day and not see a single Tostada sighting, but once the clock strikes 9 p.m., suddenly there's a little silhouette staring at us from the doorway. As long as it's nighttime and the noise is bearable, Tostada will come out to grin and sniff and rub up on the people she's previously terrified of for reasons I have yet to understand. I know cats like to be active at night and stuff, but Tostada seemingly sheds all her shyness and crippling anxiety in an instant and becomes a completely different cat. My only working hypothesis is that she gains strength knowing her beloved bedtime is right around the corner, and that somehow acts as a bit of newfound courage. But I don't know. I just really think she somehow decided nighttime was safe, and there's no reason behind it because her brain is an enigma. I'm glad she can defeat her reasons. We always make sure she gets lots of hugs and kisses every time, so it really encourages her. Alright, so a bit ago Tostada was wheezing every once in a while, so I took her to the vet, who diagnosed her with light bronchitis. I assume it was because she went through a phase where she would eat dust. They prescribed her some antibiotics, and it was then my responsibility to make sure she eats a pill twice a day for the next week. As you can imagine, being that this was Tostada's first time having medicine, it was not going to be easy for both of us. The first attempt was a learning experience. I managed to get the pill in her mouth and did the little trick where you rub a cat's throat to make sure they don't spit it back up. But since I just gave her the pill with no treats or anything, I watched as she gagged at the taste of it for a bit. It was not easy to look at. I felt really bad. Determined to try and give her a better experience, I decided to put the pill in a small ball of cheese. You know, cats love a little cheese treat. Except Tostada, because of course she's not normal in even that regard. This so-called cat hasn't shown a single shred of interest in human food ever, because I don't think it registers in her mind what we eat is also food she could technically also eat, and it objectively tastes better in every aspect. It's been weird because she never begs for food, unlike others, but now when I present to her a tasty cheese ball with absolutely no antibiotics in it, she has no idea what to do with it. Eats dust and gives herself bronchitis, but doesn't want to eat cheese. So I was left to force feed cheese twice a day to the only animal in the world that doesn't want cheese. She's all better now, and I would bet money she's forgotten all about the week where I suddenly turned evil for no reason. But walking into her presence with a cheese ball made me feel like I was dragging her down to hell twice a day. Jacob and I were going on a long road trip and planned on taking the cats with us. Taylor and Fraser have experienced both being in a car and being in a car for an extended amount of time before, but we knew poor Tostada was gonna struggle. The was she gonna be? Tostada is a homebody. She has no desire to ever leave the house, does not want to experience anything new, hates anything that has to do with outside. If it were up to her, every day would be the
I kind of like Tostada then.
would be controlled and predictable, zero adventure at all. Forever and ever,
What
she
the?
would not simply come down. We knew ripping her away from her beloved home just for a bit to sit in a loud, scary vehicle that carries her further and further away from the world she's so attached to would be not her preferred way to spend the day. We packed up the cats in their carriers and didn't even get fully out the door until Tostada let out the loudest howl I believe a cat can physically make. This might be the worst day of her entire life. On the road, we let them out of their carriers so they could be as comfortable as possible. Fraser sat on the middle console as if he was a co-pilot to the ride. Taylor sat in the back on top of all her snacks and bags, creating her own little cove of solitude. And Tostada hid in the dark under the dusty seat. After a few hours with not a single peep or sign of life, I decided to drag Tostada out from under the chair, both to try and convince her to sit with the rest of us and also do a wellness check for my own sake. I peeled her out from the floor and, oh my gosh, are you crying?
Sweet.
His eyes were wet
Go.
and she had a single tear running down her cheek. This poor thing was so heartbroken over the car ride. She was defying her biology and crying tears of sorrow. This absolutely was the worst day of Tostada's life. She will never be able to understand how lucky she is that the worst thing to ever happen to her is a ride in the car. After a while, she did start emerging to look out the window and wander a bit before going back under for a few more hours. Maybe she was just checking if she'd somehow been magically teleported back home before slinking back under the chair to wallow. But at least she wasn't crying alone on the floor anymore. The sun started setting and the day was fading away as we drove onwards until... Oh, hi, Tostada. What's got you climbing around and exploring? Oh my god, she's brave at night, even in the car. I just do not know what comes over Tostada at night. At this point, I don't think there's a single thing she'll back down from as long as the moon and stars are out. She was hopping around to all the windows, even though she couldn't see anything because it was all pitch black now. Happily climbed over the passenger seat to sniff around, started meowing and chatting up a storm, kept trying to weasel her way into my lap to take a closer look at the gas pedal. Despite me knowing everything about this cat, every habit, every trait, every quirk, downloaded and forever locked into my mind, I just don't understand how. How is she her own being? She has her own little consciousness in that smaller than average skull of hers that makes her live her own life and makes her own decisions, even though they're very dumb. She shares this.
Not Jaiden. JaidenAnimations. I saw what that bird just did. Tostada is my friend now. I will not let that bird middle finger Tostada. I will not let that happen. Tostada is my friend now.
So, how can a creature like her even exist? And how did I get so fortunate to be the one that has her? Tostada experiences so many pointless fears and harmless anxieties that are going to stick with her until her final days. But her unwavering happiness and joy pierces through all of it effortlessly. And it makes me so proud knowing I'm the one that's giving her this perfect little life. Every day I think about how lucky I am to have the perfect cat made for me. No one else could possibly understand and treasure her more. Tostada was simply meant to be mine. And we make each other so happy. If you haven't seen the new brushes,
Good animation. I love it. Good animation, Jaiden.